A few statements about motivation. I feel guided in my life.
Yes. Yes.
How do you feel guided?
Personally, I had extremely difficult time in the last few years. And in the ordinary sense of the term, I was lost, truly. And I did not know why it is happening. And I asked, there was really no answer. Really, there was no answer. And in a commonsensically, I was doing everything right under the circumstance. But somehow darkness continued. And now I'm coming out of this. But just before I came out of this, I got it. And about 10 years ago, I asked this question. Is there anything I don't know that I don't know? And another question is there any question worth asking which I have never asked before? It was 10, 12 years ago, actually. I started to ask this question 2012. I'm basically happy person, and I was teaching, learning, but there's something started to bother me. And I didn't have an answer to this. And going through all the spiritual teachers and philosophers of the past, they didn't seem to have an answer for this. But I don't even know the question. But I knew that I didn't have the answer, and they didn't have the answer either. And this dark period, you only need, how are you going to know that which you don't know that you don't know? So the I am guided me through this period so that I can know that which I didn't know that I didn't know. And I can begin to ask questions that I had never asked before. And so after having gone through an extremely difficult time, I'm extremely grateful. I mean, never really lost a sense of gratitude, but it is like on a different level.
Rico, you are, if I understand correctly, what the principle behind what you just described, it means that there is a kind of guidance that can only be recognized in retrospect.
Yes.
Because everything that we can recognize in real time as guidance is because it's already known to us. Something about it is, or it's already within our frame of reference
Yeah.
and an understanding. but the kind of guidance that comes out of our frame of reference and understanding can only be trusted in real time and recognized only in retrospect.
Yes. So there is absolutely no regret. Even before this, you know, I can say I made so many mistakes in my life. Truly. And you don't always learn from one mistake. You have to make the same mistake over and over again before you can learn something. Yes. So I did learn something.
I noticed that.
Yeah. But sometimes, you know, there's a lesson that you can only learn from many different mistakes put together, which is called your life. And it takes a long time sometimes, you know. So I had a spiritual experience, a spiritual enlightenment experience. And, you know, I'm very well read and reasonably intelligent. And, you know, so all things put together, you know, I should be, you know, well to do. And, you know, I was well to do. And I'm happy, you know, with my life, basically. You know, I, I was living the kind of life I want to live. You know, I'm a very introvert person, actually. And so, you know, I like being alone a lot. And I want to teach what I want to teach to a particular kind of audience. Otherwise, being left alone. And I was living that kind of life, actually. And there's something start to happen in my life. There's, look, when you come out of a dark night of the soul, when you become enlightened, intellectually and spiritually illumined, you live in the world of light. You know, all of your people who you interviewed share the same experience. You know, there's a light. But then eventually that light becomes darkness again. And you don't know why, because, and then it becomes dark night on a different level. So, you know, if you live long enough, you have to have a new enlightenment until you become Christ or Buddha, obviously.
Oh, I was struck by the two questions that you mentioned that you asked in 2012. Is there anything I don't know that I don't know that I don't know? And is there any question that I haven't asked or haven't known how to ask? And these two questions to me are like the voice of the guide expressing itself
Well said.
through your consciousness.
Yes, well said. That is the case. Yes.
So there's something very beautiful I find in the paradoxical or in these kind of questions that don't really make sense to our mind because they come from a higher place than where we have gone so far.
Yes. It's almost like God asking himself, is there anything I haven't done yet? And I I was one of the people whom he assigned to answer that question. We can say that. Yeah, but he put me through a difficult time, truly.